Actually, should I scoot, lift up your butt a little bit, Jay? I'm gonna just scoot this back a little. Oh no, that's about it. I think it's this stuff.
Yeah.
You should maybe sit. You can sit right there. Sit on that side. Yeah. Very good.
I think I just can't see because of the computer.
Well, you're just dark. Not you, but like this light.
I am dark. This is a true statement. I'm the darkest in the room. Should we switch sides?
I think it's
No, it's just the light on the computer, right?
I think it's just the computer too. Well,
Get all this chocolate today.
Yeah, it's very chocolatey. Very chocolate. Okay. All right. My hair and this noise. I think I'm gonna take these off today.
They're not that bad. I like them.
All right.
Oh, we are sharing this mic. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
This is your water. This
Yes.
is mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back. This is Good Moms Bad Choices. I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
Happy Wednesday, because you know I fucking love a happy Wednesday.
Happy hump day, y'all.
Happy hump day. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're just gonna get straight to it because I'm fucking pumped.
I'm pumped as fuck.
We have a special guest today, Chris Medina.
Medina, yeah.
Yes, and can you tell us a little bit about you, Chris?
I am the famous psychic medium Chris Medina. So that's who I am.
Oh, you are definitely what's it called? What is it called? What was it?
Psychic.
Are you
We
high?
haven't even smoked
I
yet.
know. I'm like, are you stoned? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Just ignore me.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
smoke, yes.
It's going to be one of those episodes. Okay. Sorry. Go on.
But yes, I am a psychic medium. I have been a psychic medium my entire life. No, I didn't bump my head. No, I didn't fall down. Nothing tragic happened to me in order to get this. I was born this way. So I've been doing readings professionally for like the last, say, 5 years. But I've always had this gift, always gave readings to friends, family members, that sort of thing, but knew at a young age that this would be the path that I was meant to walk, things I was meant to do. So 2014 is when it really hit, and started doing this full blast as a profession.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So when did you first know like that you had this gift? Like what was the first
Was it like a distinct
thing
moment?
that was like, that's different?
I used to suffer from asthma as a kid growing up. I don't know if you guys have asthma, but it was really bad growing up. And they used to put, I'm old, so I'm way older than you guys are. So they used to put us in a plastic bubble. Yes. I'll be 43 at the end of this month.
No way.
Yes. So they, I was sitting in a plastic bubble, sick to death with asthma, and my guides, I don't know what else to call them. People want to know who they are. So I'll just say guides for lack of a better word, had came in and told me that, because I was ready to die. I'm not kidding. Like
That's how bad the asthma was?
At the
Wow.
age of like 3 or 4, I was like sitting in the bed. I was like, I just want to be able to breathe. I'm not afraid to die. If I need to die, I'll die or whatever. So I was putting that out there. And then my guides had came in and said, no, you're not going to die. You were brought here to do different things. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. You're going to be shown what you need to do later on. So you're not going anywhere. I said, okay, went back to sleep and then woke up and then, yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So
At 3 or 4, you remembered that
3 or 4.
message super
And I was
clear.
giving my dad's friends, who my dad is a biker, originally from Palmdale, California.
Like a motorcycle bike?
Yeah, like a motorcycle biker. And he would have friends who would get stoned in the back room, and I would give readings to them.
As a kid?
As a little kid. So they'd be getting stoned in that room, lighting up, and then my dad would ask me to read. I didn't know what I was doing at that time. He would ask me, what do you think of this guy? Tell me what you think. And so I would start telling the guy what I saw, and I guess one of the guys, it touched him or whatever, and he ended up crying. And I thought I fucked up. I was like, oh, my dad did something wrong. My dad's like, no, you just said something that he needed to hear.
Damn.
So my dad knew early on, so did my grandmother, which is his mother. My dad's side of the family is all Native American.
Okay.
So it's Apache Indian, and my mom's side of the family is Mexican Spanish. So, yeah.
So did you have other family members that have this gift as well?
My dad is a medium, but he's afraid of it. For being a biker, I'll show you a picture of him.
Okay.
Full on Harley Davidson, long ass hair, mustache and beard, and is a complete medium, but is afraid to use it because of the shit that he sees.
But he's pumped up for you to use it. When
Yeah.
at a young age, he didn't like make you fear it or anything. He was just he didn't want to use his power.
He didn't want me to tell him anything negative with it. Like,
Okay.
don't tell me when you see this or whatever, but he would ask, like, what do you see? How are you getting it? Who are you talking to? Like, at a young age, my grandmother had told him, like, this one's different. He's like, you're going to have to deal with him and his gift. And my dad was like, no, that is all you and him.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Like, I don't
from
want
a young
to.
age.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what, like, when you were doing these readings at that age, like, what did they consist of? Was it just like, oh, like, I can tell that you're like something's bothering you, or like what? It was like, how old were you? Like 6 or 7, or like?
No, this was like living with my dad at that time. It would have been like 3 or 4.
That's
so like, what were you saying?
I learned how to talk fast.
God.
Like me and my daughter. Like I have a daughter too. She just turned 20. We talked fast. We talked so fast. So like we learned how to talk really fast. So growing up, the way you hear now, the way that I speak now is probably how I was as a little kid. Like I learned how to cuss. I learned how to talk really fast, do things at an early age. So my dad had put me in that room and would ask me like, what do you see? And I remember vividly one of the guys having an issue with how he was feeling. He was sad. He was kind of like depressed, but I didn't know those words. And I would tell him that he would cry to himself and that he shouldn't cry, that he should be happy. And so things like that. So they were deep readings, but I didn't know what I was talking about.
Right.
Or my dad would pull up and next to somebody on the road and ask me, like, what do you get from that guy? And so I would start reading them.
So he was training you.
Yeah. He was training, yeah.
Really?
But he doesn't do it himself though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did he have a bad experience that made him say,
Yeah, because he was a biker. He was like a gangster. So one of the first OGs. And he did a lot of like, stupid shit.
Right.
The things that come back and haunt your ass after a while. So yeah, he didn't mess with it. So yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's super powerful.
Are you religious? Like, how does that go? Does it go together with like being?
Actually, yeah, I get asked that a lot of times too. I am religious to a point. Like I don't go to church or whatever. I was raised Catholic. I do believe in the Virgin Mary. I do believe in some of the saints. The reason why I say that is because when I first started developing this gift and I started getting, going down different paths with how to use it, like coming into it, like, okay, am I just a psychic or am I a medium? Can I hear ghosts? Can I talk to ghosts? Can I see the other side? Yes, I can do that. Yes, I'm a psychic. I could read minds. I could tap into people's energy. What else can I do? Can I do spells? So I started getting involved like at the age of like 16, 17 into spells. So I learned how to do Santeria. I know that you're probably familiar with that. And so I would practice it and I would do candle magic and do kind of different spells for everybody. And then it got to the point where I was bringing in bad energy.
And you could feel that.
Oh, yeah. So you're burning like 20 different candles for 20 different people doing spells for
them.
You
don't know who's coming.
Yeah. So this one time there was this demon, and I call it a demon, that was in the room. Me and my boyfriend were both in bed together, and we were falling asleep, and I heard something in the corner of the room, and it sounded like it was growling and hissing. And I was like, it is in the corner between the doorway there. It is coming toward us. And you could hear, I shit you not, shuffling its footsteps.
Could he hear it?
Yes. Because I woke him up. I was like, wake up. And he's like, what? I'm all, there's something in the room. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, there's something behind the door. I said, listen. And you could hear it. And it walked and it shuffled its feet towards the bed really, really fast. And when it hit the bed, the end of the bed, it pushed the bed. And I was like, oh my God, is it going to jump? What's it going to do? And it just went away. So that next day I had talked to my guides. I had prayed. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's bad. Like I'm bringing all this negative energy. Help me get rid of it. What can I do? And I talked about this on my latest episode too, where I felt like I was going crazy at that time because I would hear voices that were different this time. There was more energy. There was more medium stuff coming through, more of like my guides making more of a presence, if you will. So I thought I was losing my mind. So I went to go to the doctors that try to get committed and shit. I was like, I'm losing it. Yeah. I'm like, I keep hearing shit. And so I had reached out, I had prayed to the Virgin Mary. It was the only saint that was left there in the candle. And I was like, I will do anything if you can get rid of this feeling and just kind of make me normal again. And she had said, this is the reason why I believe in her. She had said, I want you to go outside and I want you to bring back to life the rose bush that you bought. And I was like, what rose bush? And I used to live in Pacoima. So, right under the freeway right there, they would sell rose bushes there for like $5. You don't know what color it is because it hasn't bloomed. And so I forgot all about it. I forgot to take care of it. And it was sitting on the side of the yard, all dried up. And so I was like, well, wait a minute, it's dead. There's nothing there. Like it's rotted. It's completely rot. And she was like, no, take care of it. And I want you to bring me the flowers that grow from it. So within weeks, I shit you not, I would say like maybe a good 8 weeks, I started taking care of it. And then the flowers started coming to play and it was sprouting peach flowers. So long as it was sprouting, I was giving her the flowers. Right. So she came to me. And then I also had visions with saints. Like, I don't know if you're familiar. Are you Catholic? Padre Pio.
That's a Catholic school.
Me too.
Yeah, Padre Pio is a psychic saint. He came to visit me. And then Saint Benedict, when I got re-involved into witchcraft, came and told me to pray to him that I need to bring witchcraft into my life. And I looked up who Saint Benedict was, and he was a patron saint against witchcraft.
And he told you to bring it back into your life?
He told me not to. He said, stay away from it. So you don't need that. You're on a different level. You're on a different journey. That was who you were before. Don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a common misconception with people who just like don't fuck with magic or spirit life or anything that's not physically in this plane and can't handle it is that if you have this gift, if you're a psychic or you see things in people, that it's automatically something dark. It's automatically witchcraft. And I don't even think necessarily, correct me, like all witchcraft is bad, but I have heard that once you invite certain things in, it's hard to
get rid of it. Exactly. Yeah.
So with you having all this power, like how at this point after that experience and that you can, speak to spirits and have, be a medium for people to, interact, how can you like go around what's negative and what's not and when and who is coming? Like at any given moment, what if you're at the club and, you're having a good time and then whoosh, you see something you don't want to see.
Well, that happens all the time.
Really?
Because you can't shut it off. Like, I don't know any, like when psychics tell me, I remember doing these events coming up. Jay would book these huge events for me, like at like metaphysical fairs, like the Conscious Life Expo type thing where there's a bunch of psychics under one tent. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. And so when they would come up to my booth, they'd be like, oh, I'm a psychic too. I'm a medium or I'm an empath, whatever. And I'd be like, well, what do you get off of me? Oh no, I disconnect from it.
But you're like, how?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean you disconnect from it? Because I would love to know the secret to do that because I can't disconnect psychically. There's no fucking way. You can ask Bruna. I know Bruna was on your show.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, I'm constantly reading people.
Because you can't help it.
I can't help it. The medium stuff's a little different. The medium stuff, I can hear it. I can hear it come in. I can tune that out if I really, really need to. But the psychic stuff, no way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But to answer your question, when people ask, like, how do you differentiate whether it's bad or it's good? I march to the beat of my own drum. Like, I don't give a fuck what works for you. What works for you works for you. What works for me works for me. And as long as I know within my heart that I'm not practicing it for evil or doing shady shit with it, like I would never, ever go up to somebody and say, oh, you are going to die soon. God. No shit like that.
Unless you feel like it's on your heart to tell somebody.
Yeah, but I would never. Because what is that?
Yeah,
but what do you think that's going to do to somebody's mind?
What does that like feel like for you? Like, is it different with different people? Or
if I'm not connected to them or I don't know them personally, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but I can, it doesn't make any difference to me. But if I see somebody in my family or somebody that I'm close to getting sick or having issues there, then that's where it fucks with me. Even like in relationships. Because like I said, I get asked that all the time.
Yeah, like how the fuck do you have a relationship?
And then
Jesus.
I know. Like I see all that shit. No,
so growing up,
goodbye. Just turn around now.
Exactly. I grew up hanging around with nothing but girls, and they would use my ability to call me psychic back then. It would have been wrong. They would say, go to Chris. He gives good advice. He's good with like relationships. So my girlfriends would always ask me to read their boyfriends.
Oh God.
And be like, what do you get off of him? And I'm like, X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 to a T. So
wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm getting scared.
Yeah.
When he came in, he cleansed the house. He cleansed us. He emailed like, "You want a cleansing too?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, bring all that shit."
Yeah.
But he cleansed the girls because Erica was late, y'all. And
why are you putting me on blast though?
Because you was late.
I'm never late though.
Okay, relax. You're guilty. Obviously, you're guilty. Today you was late. And he said, "Whose baby is this?" He said, "She's different." To Luna, he said, "She said something on her forehead. I've only seen that one other time." I was like, was her birth different? But I feel like as a child, like I was more in tune with certain gifts. And I remember having certain conversations with my mom and like telling her stuff. And I don't know if she was just like pumping me up, but like, yeah, but it's funny. Like, I wonder how many people do have gifts, but if it's not fostered or they don't know what that is, or their family doesn't know what that is, you just start to ignore it because sometimes I'll see people or I'll feel things. I'm an empath, period. I'm a Cancer.
Well, you're a Cancer. Yeah.
So I feel everything and too much. And sometimes I'll meet people and I feel things, even in a crowd of people, and I'll just be one person. I'm like, God, I really need to say something to that person. And I used to ignore it because I thought I was fucking crazy, but now I'll be like, are you okay? Or I'll just make a contact, like I'll try to touch someone. But I'm wondering, like I used to think like maybe it's just the Cancer, but how many people or how many children have different environments than you, and their families are not as in tune and they don't have the tools to understand it.
That's exactly what it is. Everyone's born with a level of intuition, a level of their own gift. How they're brought up and how they're it's a different story.
I mean, I would see things and hear things all the time as a kid, and my dad used to like be like not believe me and be like, oh yeah, it's so scary. So then I started thinking it wasn't real. but I knew it was. But then I think I've always said, like, I feel like I shut that part off of myself, but it still exists in so many ways. Like I'm always like, shit just happens at the right time when I need it to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not. It's deeper than that.
And I think it's about believing in your own power, because a lot of times when I have going through, even today when I knew you were coming, I was in the bathroom getting ready and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I just said out loud to whomever who was near me, and I was just like, whatever I need to know today, I'm ready to hear it. I need to hear it. Whoever needs to say something to me, be present and let me know. You know what I'm saying? And I do that often. Sometimes I'll get weird messages to do weird things, and I'm like, that's really crazy. But I'm like, who knows? Maybe it's not. You know, it's so good that you're here to reinforce all these tools,
to confirm everything.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
It was actually your question. But,
what is it?
So I know, like, right now, first of all, we're in Hollywood, and there's like a bunch of reality TV, and there's a bunch of, like, you know, psychics and like psychic hotline and all this shit. How do you feel about like the mediums on TV, and like, do you ever watch that stuff?
No.
Yeah.
I think they're full of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like everybody always asks me about this Tyler Henry kid.
Is that that's the young
guy?
The young one? I saw one episode. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. First of all, he's gay, right?
Yeah.
He says he knows nothing about fashion. He knows nothing about celebrities. He knows nothing about mainstream.
Right. Sometimes when he meets people, I'm like, you're telling me you don't know who this person is.
Wait, you're gay, though.
You're telling me you don't know who Amber Rose is.
That's the one I saw. He's like, I just saw roses, and then it was Amber Rose. I'm like, nigga.
He's so stupid. Yeah. Like, in order to be gay, there's 3 things you have to know about.
Fashion, fame.
Yeah,
I just keep saying roses.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you're in LA.
Especially if you're in LA.
Right.
So when he has readings that come on there, it's very much, we've already read the shit of the people that he's reading. How many times, I've said this over and over again, how many times can you read the Kardashians and bring up their father? And he read My Idol, Kim, and then brought up Biggie and disrespected them on television. I was like, no.
Wait. Oh, Kim Porter?
No, Kim, Little Kim.
Oh, and he brought up Biggie?
He brought up, of course. Yeah.
I didn't see that. Now I gotta go Google this.
But there's a big man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very large.
He's a poet.
I'm getting Papa Big something. Yeah.
Something New York. I don't know.
Yeah.
Papa Big.
Papa. I don't know. Large Papa?
Yeah.
Do you have a large Papa? Notoriety.
Notorious something. Yeah, no. No.
I'm getting some beats. I don't know. I've never gotten beats like this before.
Oh my God. Stop.
So, yeah, I don't fuck with it. I'm very much against it. Like I said, Jay, at the very early stages of my career, had me do these fucking events. He was like, go do them because you need to learn how to play ball with the rest of them.
Shout out, Jay. Shout out, Jay. Jay's here. He's sitting
over there. And I was like, okay, so I went, and they're all a bunch of fakes. Like, I would have people literally come from another table that was supposedly psychic, that was supposedly medium, come and say, Chris, can you help me with this reading? I'm stuck. I don't know what to say.
Like, you don't know what to do.
Do you think that maybe some of them they started out as some, like, you know, maybe something that there was something there that maybe then turned into greed or not inauthenticity that then clouds your path?
You're 100% on it. That's what I would tell people. I would say it's very much a friendship zone type of thing when you go work these events, because people are very empathic to a certain point. Like, if you're a woman, I mean, not all women are in tune to other women, but a good majority of the time, women have very, very good intuition. You guys are able to fucking bring in babies to have life.
We're the portal.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can't fucking tell me that women are not intuitive. You get to a certain point, then you fucking stop. I think that people get distracted with becoming a medium, becoming a psychic, that they love helping people, but their lives are so fucked up on their own that they distract themselves with the lives of other people. And that's not what I want to do. Like, I know that you guys had somebody do intention candles recently. Yeah. And I speak out on intention candles. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. But how are you going to put an intention in a candle for me when you're not me? Does that make sense? Right. Like, I'm not trying to be shitty about it. Like, I'm sure, but some people like that stuff. I want to be able to work the candle magic with you. I want to be able to sit down with you, like a good friend of mine, Marissa, and I would do candle spells all the time. So I'll go to her house and I'll cleanse the candle, but I will not touch it. Like,
because she has to put the intention.
She has to. And what if I'm in a bad mood?
Right. And then you put that in there, just not with intention, but because that's what.
Because that's my energy. And what if they put the person at the store was in a bad mood or was pissed off, whatever? Like, fuck everybody. I want it cleansed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want you to put your own intention in it. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to come over and make some candles.
Yeah.
Sure. Clear your schedule. No.
So do you guys want to get into the readings?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So who's going first?
I'll start with her first. Okay. So with you, love, again, feel free to jump in. So I'm going to give you my quick little spiel. I give every client, every person that I read the spiel.
And for our listeners, sorry.
Yes.
Jamila.
I'm going to read Jamila. Yes. And okay, so this is my spiel that I'm going to give you. So I do not discuss death, and I do not discuss anything that's going to scare the shit out of you. So with that being said, is there anything that you want me to stay away from?
No.
Okay, the second thing is for the first couple minutes, I'm going to go in and give you what my guides are giving me to give you directly. And then I'll open the reading up to any questions that you have in regards to what I said, or if you want to know about something that we didn't get a chance to touch on, we could do it at that time, okay? Feel free to jump in and call bullshit at any time. Do not hold back. Do not worry about trying to be polite, not wanting to hurt my feelings. Call me out. This is your show if you need to, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so right off the bat with you, you've got issues when it comes to your way of thinking and balancing out your emotions versus your drive versus what you can do realistically and practically. I feel like with you, you got a lot of things that are on your mind, kind of tiptoeing back and forth, and it's hard for you to make up your mind when it comes to certain things. You got to pick one and start going for it. You got to get yourself, because you got a good head on your shoulders, but I feel like you need somebody with you. And I'm not saying that, I'm not putting it because she's here, but I'm saying that there's a certain part of you that's afraid to almost stand on your own 2 feet or to go off and branch out and do you. Your mind is going to really start to open this year. I'll get to predictions in a second, but when it comes to opening up your mind and bringing in versatility, bringing in what your guides are going to do is they're going to open the windows to your mind to allow fresh air to come in to change your way of thinking. So you probably start feeling this. I would say you're going to probably start feeling it this month, leading all the way up until June of this year. So what happened in March? Did anything significant happen to you in March as far as like your way of thinking, where you kind of got hard on yourself, or you started to feel like a certain way?
Yeah.
Because your guys are telling me they've already put the bug in your ear to get you to move your ass. You need to realize your worth and what you bring at the end of the day to the table with everybody else, because you are just as creative, if not creative in a different way too, where you're also a very good people reader too. But I think that's what fucks you up, is your intuition shuts you down and it gets you shy, and it kind of has you retreat back into that Cancer shell. Stop doing that, because you're only holding yourself back. And then what's going to end up happening with you, because your temper switches so quick, you can be in a good mood and all of a sudden you can kind of be nasty, or kind of all of a sudden shut down for a second. Does that make sense? So when it comes to that, make sure that you stay active in what it is that you're going for, because they're going to bring new opportunities to you when it comes to your way of thinking and your creativity. It's time for you to start branching off and doing your own thing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about that?
I don't know if I switch easily. I'm usually pretty in pretty positive mode. Mm-hmm. I think that sometimes that is because I'm not dealing with things outwardly, but just inwardly, and then I'm brushing them under the carpet.
But there's see, you keep brushing that shit under the carpet, you're going to trip over that step. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to your way of thinking, even though you don't speak on it, you're internalizing it. And what it does is very much like Jay. I'm not going to steal, because I know that you guys are the same signs, but you guys very much internalize. And if you don't feel it, everybody else around you could feel it. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But you're going to start putting the mirror in front of you. You've got a lot of work to do this year when it comes to you and bringing yourself out. There's stuff that you want to do as far as your appearance. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but they're telling me that you're wanting to work on your appearance and how you present yourself to the public. So you're thinking about getting work done?
I don't know about work, like maybe some boobs, maybe a little dentistry, but like nothing extreme.
Dentistry, stuff like that. Yeah. The last one, I got a gap between my teeth too.
Don't close that gap.
No.
Just a little. No, it's perfect.
So this is your year when it comes to making changes here. If you do nothing with that energy, you let it stay stagnant, or you don't move, or you don't do what they're telling you to do, you're going to end up resentful. I'm telling you right now. So start getting in order. Start deciding what it is that you want to do and start going for it.
Yeah, I have been making changes, and I did have like a little dark period last month, I think, where I was like beating myself up and like feeling badly about things, and like in not a dark space, like super dark, but just I felt that difference. But I have been going through changes like probably the last 4 or 5, 6 months, and I've been keeps telling me that this is the time, this is the year, something's about to happen, and that there's growth that needs to happen, and there's work that needs to be done on myself.
There's a chapter that needs to be closed. You need to make sure that you're closing these doors and keeping them closed. There's nothing back there anymore. What's going on with your love life? Are you currently involved in a relationship?
No.
Okay. Are you still talking to somebody?
No.
The reason why I ask is there's memories of somebody. If you're not talking to somebody else, there's still hung up memories on somebody else from your past there.
Maybe
so
my daughter's dad.
Did he do you dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So I would learn how to let that go. Your guys are really going to do, again, for the 100th time, it's going to do a number on you to get your way of thinking outside and start bringing vision into reality and start making you a little bit more bolder to take steps here, because this is what you've been asking for. This is what you want to do. And you've been putting it out there saying that you're a good person. You have a lot of talent, a lot of great things that you can offer here. Why am I wasting my time? What am I doing here? Show me my purpose. And they're wanting to show you your purpose, but you're not wanting to let go of the things that they're telling you to let go of sometimes. Mm-hmm. I hope that worked out. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's all pretty accurate. I have been asking for a shift. I have been asking, like, even if it's difficult, even if things are going to, that I know that it's time to transition and to like open a window. Like, I feel stagnant in ways, but I'm not sure what it is that I need to do.
If you're what it is that you need to do?
Like, what needs to shift? What is it that needs to shift that's stopping, like, the next step?
It's you that's stopping it. Yeah. It's your way of thinking that's stopping it. Again, you have to understand something. You're a Cancer. You're never going to do anything that's going to be loud and boisterous, or that's going to make you look dumb, or that's going to
your favorite word.
So when it comes to that, start trusting in yourself in the fact that you got this and you can handle a lot of different things. Who you were before is not who you are now. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of like do you cry a lot?
Not really.
You don't cry? Then you have to be emotional at night, or there has to be feelings of, like.
I mean, I guess I cry sometimes, but like not a lot, not for a long time.
Are you suppressing it?
Probably, yeah. I think I am.
You need to start coming undone. What I mean by that is allowing yourself the opportunity to heal and to cry it, to mourn it, to let go of who you once were, to bring in the newness here. And again, if you need to throw a tantrum, I always talk about this on my show, throw a fucking tantrum. Get a pillow, scream into that fucker, rip a shirt up if you need to, whatever you need to get that aggression out, get it out, because you keep storing it in there, you are going to trip over it. Trust me, I know that energy. And if you don't think there's anything wrong with you, the people around you will bring that up and say, you seem a little different. Like, Jay will never admit to it. I'll tell him, I can feel this energy off you. No, I'm not. I'm fine. In a couple of days, something comes into play where it shows the true colors.
Right. So. Yeah, that's all accurate. It's all very accurate.
How do you feel about that?
About her, that reading? I feel like I mean, yeah, there has been changes. I as far as, like, I'm trying to think of, like, specific things, like,
this is for her own personal evolution. This is for her own growth. This is to evolve the soul. This is like my next step. Okay, what do I do now? Like, I've done this, I've done that, or whatever. I'm at a crossroads now. I want to go bigger and better. I want to go down a different, not necessarily a different life here, but something new to look forward to. Does that make sense? So you're probably struggling internally with it, where you I don't know if you would. I know you guys are close, but would you tell her exactly how you're feeling on the inside?
Yeah. I do. We talk. We're pretty honest. Okay. We're pretty transparent. And if I'm feeling stuff, but yeah, I will.
I feel like, but doesn't everyone need to close the chapter? Like, everyone needs to kind of close something.
Sometimes people don't close any chapters or any doors and leave all this shit wide open. So they're constantly.
I mean, especially pertaining to love, though. You know what I mean? Like, most people are holding on to something, especially if they're single. Like, there's a reason why. Not the reason why they're single, but there's a story behind what.
But it infiltrates her mind, because then it fucks with her self-worth. So she needs, in order for you, I'm not saying that you're hard on yourself to the point where you don't think you're good looking or whatever, but you keep yourself back when you should put yourself out there and shine a little bit. There's a little bit of insecurity when it comes to you. You may not project it outwardly, but there is insecurity to it. I can pick up on it. I could feel it.
It's so crazy.
But nothing out of the ordinary, when it comes to that.
Yeah, especially because I think Jamila is like one of the most confident people that I know. But I know that there's insecurities in certain parts of your life, as anybody would. I mean, you know what I mean? But, like, to me and to, like, anyone I ever, like, whoever meets Jamila, like, she's just so confident. Like, the way she carries herself, holds her body, like, the way Jamila just, like, even, like, walks or dance, like, it's just
exudes confidence,
exudes comfortability, and sexuality, and not in a way that's like, I'm doing this to be seen, but, like, I'm doing this because this is just who I am. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference. Mm-hmm. So
it's interesting.
But maybe that's because of
the insecurity. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not bad though. There's a vulnerable side to you that I wish you would tap into, that you would make amends with, or that you would bring out a little bit more. Because again, I feel like I would not say that you stifle yourself, because you're not a stifling type of person, but you stifle certain emotions and certain ways of thinking that you're probably, again, everybody probably goes through this, but is afraid to speak out on.
There is a side, so like 2 weeks ago, I may or may not have taken a Molly at the Afro Beats party.
Oh, shit.
And it's crazy because may or may not, in the middle, I just had this powerful energy, and I don't know if it was the Molly, but insecurity came up, that word specifically. And it was like I felt this message really clear, and it was like, you are deeply insecure, and it's so much buried down that it's like that I do come off like I don't care, and I think I don't care about a lot of things, but deeply I do care. I do care about this. I do, and it's like almost overthinking it. You know, like, am I the weak link? Am I doing enough? And I'm here. I'm there. Like other people are there, and it is stifling. But I don't know why at that moment in the Afro Beats party.
But you, at the end of the day, you've got a good heart, a good soul, a good presence, a good essence about you here. You need to be comfortable in your own skin. You have a lot of past life issues that bleed into this lifetime here too, where you were stifled before. And I feel like family plays a huge role in your stifling from your past life that leaks into this life. What's the relationship like with you and your mother? Okay. Yeah.
It's strange. I feel like she has a lot of issues. And I realized recently, because I'm in closer proximity with her on a regular basis, that I feel like growing up, there was a lot, to me, she came off as weak. And I think I spent a lot of my time not wanting to be weak and not wanting to need people, but like, then I really do. Because even that comment you said about wanting a partner or not being able to do something without a partner, I've thought that a lot. Like, if I had a man who invested, or if I had this, then I could level up, I could balance out. If I had someone, but that's
like a power couple mentality.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. You can totally do that shit, but you gotta let go. It's not new shit. It's old stuff. It's stuff that's stuck to your skin that you need to rip off, like an old Band-Aid. Get rid of that shit. It no longer suits you. You're in a different spot in this lifetime now. You're not who you were before. You're a lot stronger, a lot older, a lot wiser, a lot more knowledgeable on who you are today. Let that shit go. Yeah. And if people always ask, well, how do I let it go? You gotta force yourself. You can't change a lifetime. I'm not calling you stupid, but I always say this. You can't change a lifetime of stupidity in one fucking day, a week, a year, a month. Time, yeah. It takes a long ass time. You will get that, but you're going to get a lot of your signs this year, especially about your self-worth and what you need to do next to evolve. Here's the key word for you, is to evolve your soul. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I agree. I think a lot of my last relationship, I let a lot of things happen that I knew I didn't deserve, or I wasn't like that person I loved deeply, but wasn't worthy of me and didn't deserve it. And because I have attachments to him, because we have a child together, it is a part of me that's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you so dumb? You know, why don't you get it? And then a part of me, for feeling that way, makes me wonder, why am I even thinking of this person, knowing that he doesn't value who I am and doesn't understand my value? So that's very
because we always try to seek validation from people that fuck with us. Does that make sense? So let it go. You're not in that spot anymore. Sun bothering you?
No, I was trying to see if I could block it from you. I didn't know if it was bothering you. I was like, maybe my head could block.
No, I'm good. So you ready for yours? Are you good with yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So with you,
no questions. That's it. You sure? Do you need to?
She can think about it.
Digest.
Yeah. She's like,
let me drink some water.
So you, my love, you are a different. I told you guys when I first met you guys are two different people. Obviously, you've got a lot of strong intuition that takes a toll on your everyday. Does that make sense? Like you really, really soak up and absorb everything. You're very much a people reader, a people watcher, an energy watcher. When I say energy watcher, I'm not calling you like you look for energies here, but you're very susceptible to what's around you. And you pick up on a lot of different shit. So I feel like it messes with your head at times, and it really does a number on your way of thinking throughout the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that's accurate.
Here's the thing, though. You're a Scorpio. You share the same birthday. It's so funny. You have the same sign as Jay, and you have the same birthday as a sister. So it's Scorpio energy. I'm very familiar with Scorpio energy. The thing with you is you got to learn how to disconnect and learn to handle what you can handle and get rid of what's out of your control, because you can't do it. And I feel like you because of who you are in the you have an, I don't know, this is off here, but you have amazing luck. There's something about you that always seems to take place at the 11th fucking hour. Like if things are hopeless throughout the day and right before it gets ready for closing time, something will swoop in and change the outcome of things for you. You're very lucky that way. You need to start paying more attention to your intuition and your soul. You're very much, again, when I talk about old souls and your guys' souls, I always tell people that the first thing that I do when I read people is to touch their soul, is to see what's going on behind the flesh, behind the blood, behind the eyes that make up everything, and get in touch with them. You just want to be free. There's so many different things that you want to do in life here. You want to succeed. We all want to be rich. We all want to be powerful. We all want to have materialistic type of stuff, but you're here to evolve the soul into another level. So I don't know what type of work you're planning on doing here. Are you trying to get down the spiritual path?
It's a path that I've always told myself I want to indulge, like I want to go down more. I mean, I'm not religious per se. I grew up going to Catholic school. My father's Christian and went to church, which again, like my dad, wasn't the greatest person. And so seeing him go to church confused me a lot with church. Mm-hmm. He's a great man now. Love my dad, but he's had to evolve. But yeah, I don't know. I know there's something bigger for sure. I've felt it. I've experienced it. I've seen it when I was a kid. I know that there's energy and there's something bigger than just us right here. I don't know if that's God or what, but it's definitely something sometimes I feel guilty for not. It's something I've put on, like I keep thinking, okay, this year's the year. I'm going to get like really into it. I'm going to like really tap into like even meditating more, or just like tapping into something, because I do meditate, but not enough, So, and also because I get scared too sometimes, because I'm almost a little scared of my intuition, because I know when I'm right and I try to run away from it because sometimes it's not what I want.
You gotta stop doing that.
It's not what I want. It's not what I think I want or think I need.
And that's where a lot of people, because people ask, how do I get in touch with my intuition? How do I start listening to it? How do I become more aware of what's going on? And you just made a point right there. When it asks you to do things that you're uncomfortable doing, or that you don't want to do, or you don't want to recognize right now in this time and space of your life, you shut that shit down. You don't focus on it anymore. You know what you have to do, so it's not talking to you anymore, because you're not doing what you have to do here. With you, you're holding yourself back from your success. Like you came here to build business, to build a business, to build we'll use the word now that everybody's using, to build a brand. So I don't know what it is that you're doing with your personal life or your business life, but your business is going to evolve this year.
Well, this is my brand, me and Jamila. Like this is my passion.
But there's other things that you have.
And also, I have another brand too that I'm passionate about. But
what is it?
It's my mom's brand that I work for. It's a family business that I am very passionate about. But this is my baby, and that's hers.
You're going to meet different people this year. I don't know if it's going to be through the podcast. I'm not saying that you're going to be left out of it, but because you're more of a, I'm not saying that you're not a forward thinker, but you're more of like, okay, how do I hustle? How do I make these moves? How do I do this here or whatever? Or how can I get myself involved in this? So you're very much going to come in contact or connection with people that are going to boost your business or your brand and take you to a different level. So be on the lookout for that, because people are going to bring ideas to you. You might start doing collaborations with people, but you need to start getting your business mind out there and start doing for yourself. I'm not saying that you're not doing anything right now, but you're here to do bigger and better. You're here to succeed. You're here to, again, when I say build an empire, I'm not saying like, Facebook, but that would be nice, but do something that you can call your own. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So is that what you're focusing on?
I want something to call my own.
Stop holding yourself back with your intuition. Do not be afraid to call people out, but you got a temper on you. So you got to make sure that you curb that shit. Because the one thing, I'm gonna give you a little manipulation tactic. Because I've been a psychic medium my entire life and I know how to manipulate people with the power of the mind, I always tell Scorpios, and you're going to kick my ass for this, Scorpios always talk about they're the big bad zodiac, right? The biggest sign of the zodiac, and that nobody can do anything to them. I always say,
I don't know about that. I don't say that.
I want to.
I've been fucked up off another sign. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, Gemini.
I always say, to get a Scorpio to come undone, get her emotional.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you gotta do. You're like, again, you guys are. It's no secret or no surprise you guys are friends, because you guys are on very similar paths. You guys are both here to teach each other lessons. You're here to give her a strength. To give her a little bit more boost, to kind of back her up. And you're here to work on her sensitive side. Does that make sense? I know it may seem like it might be the vice versa right now between the two of you guys here, but there's a part of
you that's accurate, I would say. Jamila's like, I think the balance between us is that, you know, for me, like I would say I am business minded, but I feel like freedom is very important to me and being free. I think I'm not always a people person because of energies. Sometimes it's hard for me to act like I can't see your energy. And like, so because of that, people are like, she's standoffish or
that is a story of my life.
Resting bitch face.
Mm-hmm.
Is she okay? What's wrong?
Yeah,
What's wrong? She doesn't like me. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't even say anything to her. I don't know if I like her or not. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Jamila, everyone, like, she's so amazing, like in social situations, like she can just talk to anyone. She literally, and it brings her joy to talk to anyone. For me, it does not bring me joy. Like sometimes it does. It depends when you catch me, what mood I'm in. Exactly. But if I'm in a room full of strange energy, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit over here. And because of that, I think that's why we're the perfect balance, because we're able to like she's able to push me to be like, okay, Erica, calm the fuck down. Go talk to them. It's okay. Stop being a fucking Scorpio. Like, they're nice. And then I'm like, okay, they were.
But you play an interesting part, an interesting role in the dynamic between the two of you, because you're able to weed out shit. She's very good intuitively as well. But you are just like, no.
I'm like, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. You know?
But that's true. I guess you're right. Because there's something specific. It makes me think of some situation specifically.
I know
that from the beginning I've been hesitant about, and it's starting to unfold. And I'm just like,
in your favor.
Mm-hmm. But I trust it. I'm like,
she wasn't. But I was trying to be like, you know what? Let me go with Jamila, because you know what? I'm trying. Maybe she's right. I sometimes, you know, I overthink it. So let me just chill, because I have been wrong. I've been wrong about people before and situations. And
but have you really been wrong? Because here's the thing, and I'm sorry that he's not on camera. Like I keep referring to Jay, but like he'll tell me about somebody. He's like, I want you to start working with this person or start doing it with this person. You know, hang out or you know, kind of do your rounds with this person. I'm like, I don't fuck with them. Like,
I can't do it.
I don't like their energy. I don't like who they are. They're gonna be fucking draining. And so I'll get involved with the person and we'll become really, really good friends because I'll keep it going. But they always end up showing their true colors.
And you're like, I knew that from the beginning.
I guess that's true.
I'm the same way, but you know what? I'll know if someone shows you their true colors. But I love in a space where I'm like, I know why you're fucked up. I know why you're hurt. I know you're hurt, and your intentions, even though they are fucked up, that's not really your fucked upness. And I'm just now this year learning to cut people off.
Well, I see that too, but there's like a time limit for that excuse for me. Like, how long are you going to use that excuse to your advantage?
Yeah.
Like,
and then
are you working towards trying to fix that shit? No? Okay, I'm good.
Exactly. Oh, yes. And same with you too. You can tell a person's intention or you know, if they truly do want to change it, how many times are you going to keep hearing that fucking excuse? I'm working on it. I'm doing this. I'm trying. There is no such thing as try. Either you do or you don't, and you're not fucking doing it. Does that make sense?
I know. I wish I felt like that with men though. Because wait, keep going for me. What's going on with love? What's happening?
when it comes to
love and other things.
When it comes to your love life, are you involved in a relationship right now?
I kind of.
Okay. What's going on with the power plays?
Oh, and he's a Cancer. So. What's going on with the power plays?
The power plays on your end, especially the way that you are feeling. Do you trust him?
I do.
Okay. Do you let him know that you trust him, or do you low key do shit to?
No, we actually talk about a lot. I came out of a relationship there was a lot of deceit and lies, and so I'm in a place now where I have to be totally transparent. Okay. You know what I mean? And
quest for truth.
I have to be. I like almost to the point where just hurt me, because I'd rather just know it so that I can make the executive decision for my life. Mm-hmm. You know, because like when people lie, I always say this, like I feel like they rob me of my choice. Mm-hmm. So that's why I try to be honest. And I think in the person that I'm dating, I think we're pretty honest.
The reason why when I go there with relationships with you is because you can play a little bit of a game. So as much as I'm not going to call you out and say that you're lying if you say that you're not, but you need to learn how to trust and to be able to let go and be a little bit more vulnerable in the relationship. Because again, just like I told her, you're not dumb. You do not even carry yourself 1 ounce of dumb at all. So I don't know why you would be worried that someone's going to pull the wool over your eyes, or why that you're going to be caught slipping, or the rug's going to be swept out from underneath you.
Because my last relationship, I felt like the wool was pulled over my eyes.
But was it really though? Did you have?
No, it wasn't. You know, you just didn't want to know.
She didn't want to know, and she was happy doing what she was doing
until you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sure. Right.
But you're not dumb, love.
I don't think it. No,
you just like to. You're a Scorpio. You like to play with fire at times. You like to see how far you can push it. But your guides are going to do a number on you, just like her. You have guides as well too. Yours are going to bring out more of a. When I talk about human, I'm not saying that you're a demon or anything like that, but bring out more of the human side of you, more of the softer side. The softer side, the more it's okay. It's okay to let go. It's okay not to worry about what step Z is yet, because we're only on step B right now. So slow the fuck down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. That sun is really working my.
I know. You put your sunglasses. Wait, what do you think about my love? Do you see any love in my future?
Both of you guys, I see definitely no. I definitely see love in both of your guys' future. You're a one-hit wonder when it comes to relationships.
What does that mean?
Well, that's a good thing, though.
What does that mean?
The next relationship she gets involved in, she's looking for. I'm not saying that you're not either, but you're looking for that partnership. You're looking for that. So the next one you get involved with, I have a feeling it's going to be a long-lasting one too. And I don't feel like you've met that person yet. So if you're tiptoeing and talking to somebody right now, they're not in your life yet.
Okay.
And this person is going to be, and I always say this too, is going to be stronger than you are in different ways here. When it comes to moods and in being active and being supportive of you, that person's really going to go above and beyond to do that for you. There's a strength about them that you need, and there's a softness that you need to give them, just like with the relationship with her. So when you're learning the lessons through her, you're also setting yourself up for the relationship that you're going to get yourself involved in.
Yeah. I would agree that sometimes Erica will remind me, even though I'm soft and I cry a lot for other people, sometimes she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." But I'm like, "No, I'm not. You're right." She's calling me out. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes she'll remind me, and I don't even notice I'm doing it, because I'm just used to going and going and going and going.
Yeah, you just push through, go.
Okay.
But she's a Scorpio, so she can feel. I don't want to make it all about astrology, but she can feel when there's an energy shift. I can't do, like I'm telling you with Jay, I know when there's something fucked up. I'll be like, your energy has shifted. It's like, no, I'm still the same. So you're going to get me in a bad mood if you keep fucking with me. And I'm like, no, but I can feel it. You, when it comes to love here too, how long have you been in this relationship?
Like 7 months.
Do you have a picture of this person?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah. God, I'm scared.
I also do readings of people's pictures.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Don't tell me anything.
Just go to the Insta.
When you came in, while she's pulling up the picture, you said I have a lot of attachments on me. What does that mean? You
have a lot of memory attachments to you. A lot of stuff that you still bring around with you, that you're not letting go of your old ways of thinking, especially when it comes. Past life. You very much have me. When I saw you when you first walked in the door, there was mirrors around you. There was a mirror here that was cracked. There was a mirror in front of you that was cracked. There was another mirror in front. There was mirrors all the way around you. So that means that when you look at yourself, you're not really looking at yourself the way that you should be looking at yourself. You're looking at it through a cracked lens because there's issues there that you haven't recovered from. I'm not saying that you're PTSD here. When it comes to yourself and how you look at yourself, you're not fully comfortable with that yet. Your energy is different. I don't see cracked mirrors. With you, I see my hands over my ears. I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear what's going on. I don't want you to tell me anything that I don't want to hear. So there's a lot of that. So it's not that you're resistant to change. It's more like, I know what I need to do, but if you tell me that, all you're going to do is freak me out. You're gonna make me. You're gonna give me anxiety. You're gonna make me second guess myself. It's just gonna keep fucking with me. And you like to do things at your own pace without being rushed. Is that accurate?
I would say so. Sometimes I don't like to be rushed, but
I don't really like to be someone to tell me about myself. Me and the other.
Yeah, I will say that you're very defensive. Not with me though. I haven't experienced that with you, but I've seen you do it to other people. I think it's people that
know a long time.
That maybe you even love more than me, because our friendship it goes even.
How do you treat this guy?
With so much love.
Is he funny? Does he got a good sense of humor? Because
he's funny.
Is he funny? Is he funny because he's meaning to be funny, or is it funny because he doesn't know that he's being funny?
No, he's not like he's not like super, he's just very sweet. And like, I don't know if he's funny.
He's like, we call him Happy Bae.
Yeah, he's
really happy.
He's so happy. Like, he's like, his energy is super like.
But is it like almost boyish, goofy? I'm not calling him goofy and saying
that
he's
weird. Yeah, he's like young. Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of like
youthful spirit.
There you go. You just took the words out. Youthful spirit, very much. He's not somebody that would. He's not, even though he is a man, he's not somebody that would play manly games. Does that make sense? So I feel like with you, this is somebody that would be a little bit more patient than other guys would be with you. And he has to show you your worth. He has to treat you like a queen.
He does.
Yeah.
You can tell?
Yeah. because of the way that he feels about you, the way that you come across, you are the only one that isn't. I'm not saying that you don't carry yourself as a queen, but you carry yourself just a little bit too hard. Like
I carry myself.
You carry yourself a little too hard. I want to see you come undone a little bit. I want to see what I want to do is like Lauryn Hill. You don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem. Start refining. Start buffing out the surfaces of your diamond. Start cutting out how you want to be here. Because again, at the end of the day, you are a diamond. You are solid. You are of strength. You are of beauty. You are of wisdom. The only one that needs to see it is you here. So you have very, very. It's not as hard. God, I'm making it seem like your life is fucked, but it's not. but you.
Wait, I'm harder than her.
No, yours,
I know that though.
Yours is going to be more soul evolving, more like you came here to learn lessons of what you didn't learn in the past life. You're here to learn you're here to learn lessons as well, but yours is more material. Yours is more of like getting comfortable with myself and enjoying where I'm at here, because you've been giving a lot of blessings in this lifetime here. You're able to do things that most people wouldn't be able to do. So start taking advantage of that and realize who you are and go after what it is you want. But you have to start coming into your spirituality. You have to start trusting your intuition. You have to start playing with it more. You're going to evolve in a different way. Your paths. You guys know you guys are going to be working together forever, right?
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
No, not forever.
Forever. Yeah.
So that's
you guys
hard. This is my husband.
Right? It'd be interesting to see where you're at, though. Where both of you guys are at that time. But yeah, you guys are both good people. I don't have anything negative to say when it comes to your health. Do you want me to go there?
Yeah.
How are you doing with your physical health? And we'll talk about your female parts.
Physically, I mean, my body's sensitive. Like my stomach, I have stomach aches all the time because when I eat things I know I shouldn't really eat.
After you had your that's your daughter?
And after I had my daughter, I went through postpartum depression. Period.
Before you go there, because it doesn't seem like you're leading me, you've got a lot of buildup in and this doesn't have to do with chakras or anything like that, or solar plexus or anything. You have a lot of buildup in your body when it comes to what you're putting into it. So again, I would tell you to start eating a little bit cleaner and start allowing yourself the opportunity to digest your food properly and to digest your stress. You carry everything on your body. Your body hurts or is out of joint because your mind is going a mile a minute all the time. So start calming yourself down. I'm telling you right now, you have everything that you need to work with in this lifetime to get you to where you need to be. Stop hiding from it. Stop looking at it as if it's going to be a chore to do it. It doesn't have to take that long. You're not dumb. I'm telling you, you're just like me. It's like, God, it's so daunting to have to get up and do this all the time, but fuck, get it over and done with. He's the guy's picture. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You can do a number on him and he'll keep coming back.
Oh God. He's a cancer.
Oh God. It's just amazing. Like again, like both of you guys, but you're as hard as I got to stay away from saying hard, but as hard as you come across, there's a softness to you that I would love to see when you're stoned. I'd love to see you in your element.
See, that's the thing is that I feel like I know people. I give off the impression like I know a lot of people think, oh, she's like hard to read or she's hard, but to me, I feel like I know how sensitive I am. And I know how loving I am, and it's a thing like if you got to know me, you would, and it's something I struggle with anymore. Sometimes it does still bother me though, like the misconception that people get from me. But I'm learning to just kind of let it go.
That's a good defense mechanism for you though, because it keeps the people that would normally fuck with you away.
True.
Exactly. But then again, you could miss out on people
that's what I worry about. If I miss out on friendships that I'm missing friendships that could have been had only we maybe were able to connect on it like in a different in a different place or a different experience or, you know.
But at the same time, I wish people would be more people readers, like the way that you are, the way that I am, the way that she is, where, again, I would definitely not approach you from like, oh my God, you're so pretty, like blah, blah, blah type of shit. I'd be like, hey, how's it going? Like just how I did earlier, to get to know you. You're not someone that likes loud, boisterous type of shit or whatever. Just be real. Come at you real. So that's where I feel like people need to do more people reading, where they need to adjust not change who they are to suit that person, but kind of match the level right there. So with you, again, like I said, be more down to earth, more low key with you just the same way, the way that I was when you came in, because she was very much, oh my God, hugs, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is the X. What are you getting from that then?
Oh. How does he handle his emotions? And was he emotionally abusive?
No, not
there had to have been something. Again, I don't want to lead there, but there's something about the way, and also too, what's his relationship with his mother like?
Not good.
No.
Yeah, that was a factor.
Okay. Did she let him get? Was he raised getting away with a lot of shit, or?
I think she wasn't that present, and I think that has a lot of effects on how he deals with women.
Did he make you feel like you were stupid?
Oh, that's hard to do.
Oh, come on! Don't say that.
Probably. I think
there's just a way that he talks, or a way that he carries himself.
Yeah, like condescending, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he was intimidated.
But there's also a lot of fear there too. There's a lot of comparisons to what he has versus what other people had when he was growing up, and always making a reference to him versus other people. They don't understand or whatever. Well, how would they understand if you're not speaking up on it? You got to let go of stuff. And he seems like he's got. I told you about a lot of buildup on you. He's got a lot of buildup on you. He's got a lot of buildup on him too. But this is emotional stuff. This is emotional scars. This has to do with women, mainly the mother, and how he was raised.
Yeah, I knew that. What about this one?
God, you like them dark, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't discriminate. You know,
no, not the skin color.
I was gonna say, you mean light skin?
No.
I'm like, if that's dark, I like them dark.
You like the mysterious look to them, or the kind of like. Oh, I don't want to go so far as say shady, but like the bad boy type of look. And he seems okay, but I was just wondering where his head is at.
I don't know. That head, I don't know where that head is at. That was a major issue. I've known him for a long time, but he had some darkness.
Does he flip-flop back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
definitely, that was a lot of emotional abuse. That he definitely has some darkness.
His thing is because it's kind of like her energy, where they feel a lot, so they keep a lot of things inside and they internalize a lot more. She's a little bit more vocal than he is, because she's a woman and he's a man. But there's also issues with him when it comes to flip-flopping back and forth. I'm not sure what I want. 1 minute I feel like this, 1 minute I don't. So you don't know what you're getting with him. And somebody with like him that's always on the fence, cut him loose. They need to do their own growing.
Yeah, that got cut. But I can only cut so much with the baby. Yeah. And then is there anyone here that maybe wants to say something to us? Do you feel any energies here?
I'm not picking up anything spiritual at the house yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope I did you guys justice while I was here.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I like to do my readings a little different. I don't like to go too far out in the future and give futuristic type readings, because we have to sit here and wait for it to come into fruition. If I go too far into the past, I got on Bruna's ass because she went to go see a past life regressionist.
Wait, I have a question before you move forward. You said something about my sexual parts?
Your reproductive system.
Oh, what's going on there?
Have you had any issues with it? What was the bounce back after you had your daughter? Did you have issues before?
I thought I couldn't get pregnant, but I never did anything to I didn't take anything to help me get pregnant. I just finally did.
Are you getting your periods regularly and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have issues with that?
No.
Okay. There's just something off when it comes to your reproductive system. So I don't know if it's I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if it's a change in hormones or something going on with your reproductive. I don't know if you got again, I don't want to say cysts or anything like that, but there's something off with your reproductive system.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I stopped taking birth control because I felt like it was making me have panic attacks.
Okay.
But
how long ago was that?
Christmas.
So maybe your body's still adjusting to it?
Yeah, Christmas. But I haven't checked. Maybe I think I'm due to go actually to the OBGYN.
You should go see Marlene.
It's nothing bad. It's just like whatever's going on, there's an imbalance. There needs to be some adjustments made to what.
Well, I don't want no babies.
I was gonna say, is she pregnant?
I'm like, I don't want no babies.
Do you see any babies in our future?
At some point,
additional.
Yeah, am I gonna have more kids? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like you'd have another one before she would.
Basically, I'm irresponsible.
No.
No. You are Mother Nature.
And you, with your health is okay. How's your blood level? Your blood levels, are you anemic? Do you suffer from like an autoimmune deficiency or anything like that?
No.
Watch your blood to make sure you're getting enough iron in your body. I'm not saying that because you're thin, but you look like there could be issues with your blood.
Okay.
So have you had any issues before? Do you know anything that you suffer from?
Not that I know of, but I could definitely go to the doctor sometime soon. That probably wouldn't kill me.
Kidneys and bladders okay?
I gotta pee a lot all the time, but that's really it.
Yeah.
I've been feeling like I need to go to the doctor though. Just because I'm thin, I think I'm fine and I feel fine.
But it's messy. Hers is more on the hormonal side. Yours more. I don't know if it's hormonal, but that messes with your energy levels. But your energy levels seem to be off to me. So I don't know if you're getting enough sleep, enough well-rounded sleep.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough. Like I don't have a good routine. I do need more sleep. Sometimes I get super tired for no reason. So yeah, it's definitely.
Go get your blood checked. You're probably anemic. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you when you were talking about.
What was I saying?
Something about Bruno went to go see.
Oh yeah, Bruno went to go see it. Yeah, a past life transgressionist.
What does that mean? What's a transgressional? Like resolving things from your past life?
Yeah, like they go back into your past life and they tell you what you were in that past life, like what issues you had or what.
I actually, he didn't label himself as that. He was just. He took my birth chart and then told me struggles that I had in my past life.
Yeah.
But
this person claims to be a person that can look into your past life and tell you what you were. And apparently Bruna was this spirit warrior type of woman that was strong and all this, whatever. I can look into your past life. I always tell people I'm not concerned with who you used to be as I am concerned with the lessons that you didn't learn that bleed into this lifetime. So when I do readings, I very much go into the past life, just like with you, and bring back what you didn't learn into this lifetime here, so that way we can evolve the soul and get you on your true path in this life. So learn your lessons.
What happens when you when you just started doing her reading, you closed your eyes and like I saw them flutter a little bit and I was like, what's happening? Like what happens? Like, do you just automatically like a rush of just information comes to your brain? Or
I looked at your pictures before I got here. I was like, okay, let me take a quick look at them to see what I'm looking at here so I can address them properly. And I saw you started speaking to me immediately, and then you were the first one here. And then I was thinking about you and just thinking about, again, it's more, they tell me like what's going on. It's a fast-paced motion going to her, cutting her up, looking at her childhood, looking at where she's at now, looking at what she's suffering from, looking at all her insecurities, her fears, everything that makes her, and it just it's a flood of information at one time. Then I look at you and I see all your strengths, all your weaknesses, all the issues that you have in this lifetime here. It's just information just comes. And if there's ghosts or there's spirits from the other side, here's where I'm different than any other medium. I will not pretend to call out that person's name.
Please come forward, so-and-so.
If you have an aunt, and I don't know who she is, what makes you think she's gonna come fucking visit me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless
right here.
Unless we're doing it right now and she comes through and I'm like, and that's the only time I'll do it is I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to what they're saying. They'll reference you. They'll say, can you tell her I'm so-and-so, whatever? So I'll stop the reading and I'll say, do you have an aunt that's passed away that's blah, 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 because this is what I'm getting. So I'll confirm with it, because if not, I got to shut that off because so many different ghosts or spirits want to come through and make connection with me.
Right.
So that's different than the psychic side.
Okay. Do you have any more questions?
Well, I feel like we're going to be lifelong friends, so you guys can always hit me up.
Not right now. Now I'm going to send you all of my hoes.
How much you think? I know. You're close to, and you're this is a lifelong relationship.
Yeah,
you just got married.
You're going to get real tired of us.
Well, I love my Scorpios and my Cancers.
Okay.
So.
Wait, what's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, that's what my baby is.
Wait, yeah, your birthday's at the end of the month. When's your birthday?
April 25th. Hers is the 27th.
That's my daughter's birthday.
That's the 25th?
April 25th.
Flora said the 27th.
You said the 29th. She said the 27th and the 25th.
No, because we're exactly 6 months apart.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
25th.
Oh, you're the polar opposite of one another. She's you're a Scorpio. She's a Taurus.
And we're exactly.
Is that how the opposite signs work?
Yeah.
I just realized that.
What are your Cancer? So your opposite
is
sign
a Capricorn.
Is Capricorn.
Which is my best friend. Interesting.
You will find Tauruses to be lifelong friends for you. You too. Taurus always like Jay. Jay was very much he wasn't someone that allowed himself to get bullied or get played or whatever, but he was very quiet and very himself. I brought out the beast in him. I'm like, you have a voice.
My Taurus friend is like that.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, my best friend is a Taurus, Jared, and I feel like me and my daughter, obviously she's my daughter, and I'm sure people say they have a connection with their child, but I feel like it's, I don't know, there's something else, and I feel like we'll always be able to understand each other, even through adolescence and teenage years and fighting. Like there's something that she
was probably older than you in a past life. She was probably like your mother or somebody older than you. Does she act older than you when she's here? Does she try to tell you what to do? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she acts, she's mature. Like she's very like, she likes things a certain way. She's very safe, and I didn't teach her really that. Huh?
When's her actual birthday? April 25th, what year?
April 25th, 2015.
Do you know what her moon is in?
It's either, she's a Taurus, Leo, Virgo.
April 25th, 2014, you said?
Mm-hmm. 2015.
2015.
Born at 8:34 a.m.
Oh, how funny. She's a Leo moon. Both my kids have Leo moons.
And she's a Leo moon and then a Virgo rising.
So she's earth, fire.
So she's intense. She's a lot.
She's going to be a perfectionist, so you can't be sloppy around her.
She is a Virgo.
And that Leo kind of breaks up the Taurus energy. Doesn't make her so reserved or cautious, because if she was straight up Taurus, she would be too cautious and too reserved. So that Leo kind of brightens up her mood and makes her a little bit more funny. She's going to probably hate to be depressed when she gets older.
Hate to be depressed?
Yeah.
Don't we all hate to be depressed?
I know. She's going to be like, I need to fix this. Yeah.
How do you? So you mentioned you have a daughter.
I have a daughter. She's 20, and my son will be 19, June 6th.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How do they take your what you do, and how does that as their dad and
my son fucking hated it because I would call his shit out every single time. My daughter, she was the only girl in the house. Their mother was an active part of their life, but I raised both of them. On my own. Mm-hmm. I had them with me. I had full custody of them. And my daughter was very much the woman of the house. She's a Capricorn. Mm-hmm. So I very much had her in control of what we do in the house. Make sure she had her say. She would never give me any problems. Straight A student, good head on her shoulders. My son was a little bit more testier. He's a Gemini. Mm-hmm. So he's got that boy type of energy or whatever. But yeah, I never used my ability on them growing up. I always let them kind of do that and didn't infiltrate their minds or get involved in it until I absolutely needed to.
Right, unless it was something important. That's really interesting.
Yeah. My son is also a medium too. He can see it.
Oh,
he sees it. He hasn't been able to work with it. He's afraid of it.
Sees things.
He sees it. Yeah. Him and my dad both see them. I see them occasionally. I hear them mostly and pick up and smell stuff. They actually see them in form. I very rarely see them in form. And when I do.
And when you see them in form, is it is it like the movies, like ghostly, or is it what is it like? Is it just an energy color, or what is it exactly?
It's an energy color. The person that lives next door to us, she passed away. She came to visit, and I saw her in the front yard, and she came as this big blue light, but I knew it was her. I can feel her energy. Sometimes they'll come in the normal form, they'll come in the normal shape, or if not, I'll just pick up on their presence or their energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they see them in full color in what they look like right then and there. I again very rarely see that happen.
Wow. Yeah. And your daughter, nothing?
She inherited the ability of manipulation. She's very headstrong, very materialistic.
Sounds like a woman.
Yes. Very, very good head on her shoulders.
That's amazing.
One more last question.
Yes.
Okay, I know you talked about our relationship, but what about our brand that we're building? Do you see positive things in our future?
Our partnership together.
Yes. I think I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but are you doing more of the going and getting?
No.
Or is it kind of equal between the two of you?
No, I would say it's equal.
Okay, because there's gonna be some sort of hit that you're gonna get, or some sort of opportunity that's gonna come your way that's going to be beneficial for the both of you. Mm-hmm. So you might hear it first for a connection or something like that, but I definitely see bigger and better things. Do I see you guys working forever for the rest of your lives? No. I see you're gonna get to a certain point. You're gonna definitely want to go off and do your thing, and she's gonna want to do her thing too. I feel like what's gonna end up taking her away, again, this is so far down the future here, but I don't know whether or not you're going to want to work for the rest of your life so much as you are going to be married to somebody that it's not going to allow you to, or that you don't have to. And I'm not saying that you're not going to have that either.
You should look a little deeper.
What about me, bitch?
I like the sound of that. No. I'm also a workaholic though, so I don't know if I could. I mean, part of me says I want to sit my ass down one day. I do, I guess.
But then it can also open you up to different things that you didn't have any idea that you can do before.
Like work is a hard word because this is work, but it's not.
I think I'm just like so don't want a man to have to take care of me that it's like I'm like
shit. Pass him this way,
right? Yeah. Shit. But it's just
I don't mind having as long as it's like an equal partnership. I don't.
If you can trust him, he's not gonna like dangle it over your
head.
That
is what it is. That's like I have trauma from that. So like I'm just like no, I'm gonna be the one, and you're going to be my little husband.
I would like to be a sugar mama.
Well,
actually, I couldn't have a little husband. Who the fuck am I kidding? I would be.
Take a picture of me.
No, absolutely no, because I love a powerful man. I do. I love a man.
Everybody
and not necessarily money at all. It's like energy. Like even the guy that I'm dating, like his energy is so rich and powerful.
What does he do for a living?
He does a lot of things. He's creative. He does like DJing. He designs. He is building like a community of people that follow him, and he's like a tastemaker, I guess was what you could say. Nice. But so I'm attracted to like that rich energy that he has, not necessarily. But then of course I can be easily attracted to someone who's rich and wealthy, but also has to be at least attractive.
Yeah.
But really, when it comes down to it, it's what's here for me that is like the longevity. All of this like is nice, but if
you can get yourself to stop questioning them or going too far down the rabbit hole of who they are and then letting the relationship develop on its own.
That's what I'm trying to do because I do that. I'm like, I need to know trust. Who are you? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I need to know. What does that mean?
But at least give him the opportunity to do something wrong first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, he's done nothing wrong.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah, he seems like he seems like he knows what he has.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. And he seems like he's funny. He's got a really good sense of humor. You are going to have, again, I keep feeling you think that I'm saying that your path is going to be more feely than anything else. I just have to feel that you're going to come into yourself this lifetime, that you're going to let go and you're going to be free. And that is what the soul's looking for, is that freedom, that to be able to be like, you know what? I don't have this excess baggage anymore. And you guys are both so fucking young. 88?
Mm-hmm.
What year were you born?
87.
Jesus.
31.
Yeah.
I'll be 32 this year.
31, yeah. I would like the freedom to happen soon.
And then you guys have me too to bounce shit off of. So
it's not
that bad.
Yeah. Matter of fact, when we get off this air, I got a question.
Let's do it. Over a joint? Can we do it?
Our kids are steady playing our kids have been playing Vacation to Mexico since we went to Mexico.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, I just see like a backpack and a rolling.
And they both love the cleansing of the house too.
Yeah, because I do it a lot with Irie. I'm surprised she didn't ask if she could help you because she's always like, she does the sage. She sages our house all the time.
Oh, okay.
I'm so excited that we get to be moms. So like when our kids do weird things or have weird visions, and we can be like, it's okay. Tell me what you see. What's your dream about?
Yeah, don't stifle them or hinder them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all about that life. I told her today before we came to see him, like, I picked him up from school. I'm like, we have a special guest today. His name is Chris. He's a psychic medium. He's like magical. They're like, magical? Is there a friend for us? I'm like, he's everybody's friend. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Bruna.
Bruna the connector. Yeah,
she's awesome.
I always feel like people. This is one of my biggest things. Like-minded people. Like people will always gravitate towards me. Like if I meet someone through another person, i.e., Erica and I always feel like, okay, well, we're supposed to be friends. It's not by mistake or by like if I feel like, you're here in this seat, it's because.
Well, let me ask you a question before I leave your show. Mm-hmm. What's your impression of me?
I was thinking that while you were reading us. Like, can I read him while he's reading me?
Yeah, do it.
I think I get like really genuine, just super honest and genuine energy. And I just think, I got like, there's no shade or like LA bullshit clouding you. I don't really get that. I just get like straight to the point, kind, positive, there was at no point I was like, I think I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but I feel genuine, like love,
Good, that's what I'm aiming for. Mm-hmm. That's what, yeah. Miss Scorpio, let's hear you.
Right. I feel genuine, straightforward. I feel like you don't really care what people, whether or not whoever you're reading is, you don't care what people think about mm-hmm. you. I think.
You give me a caring, like a maternal, like nurturing energy. Like
That's
you like to
all I want to do
people.
is to take care of people and let them see their true potential.
Yeah, you have very like gentle eyes. That's why I was just staring deep into them right now.
Oh, thank you.
I'm an eye person because I feel like they truly are like the pathways to the soul, because I've just looked into some eyes and been like, either been like, wow, or been like, whew. Like, I don't know about that. I don't want to know what's behind that. That's not.
And when you keep looking at them, you'll see that there's people out there that are not really who they really are.
You see that. Yeah. I mean, well, usually it's, I mean, some of it is because some people can't keep eye contact and they're like, oh, even though sometimes I can't either. Like sometimes like it's too intense and I have to like break it.
Well, because you don't want them to read you also.
That's what it is really. It's like, I want to read you and wait, hold on. Calm down.
Why do you think I wear the sunglasses? And my grandmother, my dad's mother, to this day, she's in her late 80s. She wears sunglasses in the house. That's the one thing I got from her. She's like, don't let anybody don't ever let anybody see your eyes. Yeah.
How can you connect? I was going to challenge everybody to look deeply into somebody's eyes for like 3 minutes straight, because I did it in acting class one time and the other person like started to cry like a lot. And I had a conversation with someone recently and they were saying that's because we don't connect that way often. I think was it me and you? Because I remember me telling you that, because that's happened to me in acting class. I know it sounds very Hollywood. Very Hollywood right now. But it's kind of one of those only times you would think to do that. Like when other time am I going to be like, hey guys, let's just sit here and stare. Seriously, exactly. You know? Yeah. So when you do it in a class, you're like, okay, shit, I've never done this before. And then like you're not allowed to break eye contact, and you're here and people are staring at you, so you're going for it, and then suddenly it starts to kind of peel away shit, and then you're like your soul is sitting there. Yeah, it's
and before you know it, everybody's fucking crying.
Yeah, and you don't even know why. You don't even know why. I think it's because it's like gets down to that human connection. It's like at the root of it.
Which we're forgetting to do, as a matter of fact. So many people are coming in here, we're being distracted with like material shit, iPads, iPhones, so we don't have time to connect with people one-on-one. We're Skyping, we're doing everything over the internet. Yeah. There's no human connection. The lovely man that I date, we do a lot of eye contact staring, which I've never really done with a partner like that. And at first, like he's very like loves contact. He's very touchy. And so that would like, I couldn't handle it at first. And now it's almost like we get in these staring contests when we're like laying there, and I've cried before doing it with him. It's crazy what eye contact can do, you know? And what's his sign?
He's a Cancer.
He's a Cancer. Do you know what his moon is in?
Aries and Virgo.
Virgo rising?
I think so. I have to look.
Cancer, Aries, that's kind of a good bite.
But yeah, eye contact, man. Like, I encourage all listeners, if you are in a relationship with someone, try to do some eye contact shit. It might tell you something about that person, like on some real shit, because I've never really done that with anyone. And it's like, you can't hide. They can't hide. You can't hide. And it's like, it's either beautiful or it's not. You know,
or it's too revealing. Yeah.
I have one more question about the eye contact. Have you ever heard like? Sorry, the sun. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Like, have you ever heard someone's under the influence that there's like if you get intoxicated, your spirit leaves you, and it tethers on, and like that's you're susceptible for other things to take on your body, and that's why people like if they're drunk or under the influence, they can like do like things that are out of their behavior. Or have you ever looked at someone really drunk and you're looking at them, but it's not really them?
You mean like they get drunk and then they kill their whole family and they have no idea why? Like, that's what I mean. You said like other spirits can come in and they don't know what took over them. No, I guess. I wasn't thinking about murdering. Did no one else feel like no one else went that dark? No one went that dark?
No, I didn't go that dark. No, I was like, I don't know. But because I drink and whatever party, but recently I got blacked out drunk and I was like, fuck, that's really fucking scary, because there was a portion of the night that I had no recollection of, and I was just wondering like what your take on that was, like reading someone under the influence, and if you think that's true, that if you're under the influence, your body becomes intoxicated.
I have to be really careful when I do that, because I always talk about this on my show where I say that everybody has a demon in them. I don't care if you're fucking Mother Teresa, everybody has a demon in them. And some are stronger than most people, like mine. I always tell people, if I didn't spend so much time suppressing this demon, my psychic ability would be off the charts. but that's my defense mechanism. That's what got me through my teenage years, through my younger years, was that
suppressing that demon,
was making sure that I would let the demon out and it would attack and it would do my shit for me. Like I told you, the mental manipulation when I was very much bullied in school growing up.
No, you can tell me that.
Yeah. So I had to manipulate people into doing shit for me and teachers and shit like that just in order to fucking get by or whatever. Right. So when I'm reading somebody drunk, their demon wants to come out and play with mine. So it'll start saying things that are, yeah.
Wait, so do you think that people, since we all kind of have demons, do you think they want to come out and play with the demon and everybody else?
It brings out their true self. It brings out their insecurities, what they're hiding, the person, but behind all that stuff, especially when you're drunk, because it brings out a different type of energy to you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say be careful when you're drunk, especially around other people. Like I would never ever get drunk around anybody that I'm not comfortable with.
Right.
And I don't know, do you do shrooms and shit?
Yeah.
I just did them last week.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I mean, I've done it before.
But same thing.
I can't. With that, me personally, I can't because I don't want to take anything that's mind altering. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, have you actually never taken any mind altering drugs?
No Molly,
just
no. Yeah, just weed and Coke.
Because I don't think Coke is a mind altering. It's
no,
just
it's
like
stimulant.
pumped up.
Yeah,
You're just like,
whoa,
it's
a good, yeah.
I'm just reading. I don't ever get like deep. I'm like just like I can write really well, but I'm not like.
It just keeps you going. It's not like
meth.
Have you ever smoked meth?
No.
What?
Well, I could write a book on all the shit. I got down to 125 smoking.
No, you lose weight. I had a friend and she was thin already and she almost disappeared. That bitch.
Yeah. So you got to be careful. Like,
you do.
Mm-hmm. Be careful of the energy around you. Yeah, don't do meth.
It's not good. Yeah, and then I also thought that when I blacked out recently, because I used to black out as a kid, but I'm like, is this a demon? Like, is something coming into my body? And I feel like it's really sexual. And everybody's drunk demon is sex, right? This is super sexual, but I wondered, how strong is this fucking demon that I can completely forget?
Well, do you find yourself playing with it any other time that you're not drunk?
What do you mean by playing with it?
Like listening to it. Like mine wants to come out and it wants to start shit. Especially when I hear the girls gossiping. Because my 2 cents wants to go in and say, well, fuck that bitch because she's blah, blah, blah. Like I'm picking up on her psychically.
Like the negative energy in you wants to like feed into the negative energy.
Yeah.
That's the demon.
Because I could do it better. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking shit, like look at that girl's outfit.
Yeah. But then I'll go too far. I'll start picking up on her insecurities on what she does behind closed doors and doing it that way instead of just,
keeping it surface.
Yeah, exactly.
I think blacking out, you just need to eat more and not mix your alcohols.
Yeah, like tapas
drink
and like
water in between. Yeah, that's my cure for that. I don't know about demons, but
you know me. I need to know all. I'm trying to figure out all things.
So I got that ticket because that demon.
Yeah, it was a demon. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Well, I feel like there is a darker side of everyone.
Of course.
There's like a lusty, sexual, aggressive, mean. There's manipulative. I can be manipulative.
Oh, the dark shit I think about in my head sometimes. I'm so glad no one can hear. Or just the mean shit that I say that I have to just be like, girl, what is wrong with you?
But when you're able to be around people whose demons are similar and you can unload, like I said, I can't wait to smoke with both of you guys or to have a couple of drinks because I know the shit talking will be real.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not like it's not out of malice or not out of like because we're insecure. It's not
it's just a comfortable.
It's just like, no, this is the truth.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
That outfit looks bad.
That's our truth. Yeah. But I did, even today, I got a text from someone that really fucking annoyed me. And then I thought in my head, some real fucked up shit.
Like, die, bitch, die?
No, but I was just like, you know what?
Her whole family.
I know you was like, I just was like, made it so, I was just thinking evil things that are not true. Maybe they are true, but I know that like, I don't actually feel that way. It's just like the like, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I had to check it.
Yes,
it was a demon. It was the fucking demon.
Blame it on your
demon.
And
I would literally have to like, bitch, get that shit out of here.
Exactly.
I could name my demon tonight. Like, what should we call her?
She's, I don't know, but it was like all up in my head today. I literally had to be like, bitch, no.
Chill.
Yeah, suppress that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, where can we find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Psychic Chris M, and that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Psychic Chris M.
Psychic Chris M. And do you do like because we have listeners from everywhere? Do you do phone readings, like Skype? Like what do you like? What services do you offer so people can find you because he's bomb?
Yes, feel free to check out my website, which is chrismedina.guide. I can do phone readings, I can do Skype readings, in-person readings, depending on where you're at. So if you're in the LA area, I can come directly to you to do an in-person reading. Also, feel free to check out my podcast, In Your Head with Chris Medina, and that's pretty much it.
And are you on Apple? Are you on all platforms?
Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Audio Boom, and Stitcher.
Awesome.
Do you do events?
I haven't. I'm actually.
He just said he doesn't like events. He said he doesn't.
I'm putting my own on at the end of this year in Joshua Tree.
Coming?
So
oh my God, I was just there last week. That's where I went to do my mushrooms. I went to Joshua Tree last weekend.
Was that your first time?
To Joshua Tree, no, I've been a few times.
Is it good though?
You'll love it. It's beautiful.
It's gonna be like an overnight event.
We're thinking about it. I think it is going to be an overnight event. I haven't had all the details yet. I don't want to put it out there yet because people steal people's ideas and shit. So I'm trying to be cool on that stuff.
If you're going to need tips, tricks, things in Joshua.
For sure.
We need bad, good moms in Joshua Tree. We'll be there.
But I'm also planning on doing other events too, with other podcasters too. Like maybe like a little mini tour or some sort of meetup. So cool. We should start doing that together.
That would be. We do want to do a little tour too, and that we do and much to come.
And I would like to offer you guys to come onto my show.
Yes.
And be on my playground and just do my show.
Let's do it.
I'll give you a reading. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I'm so happy you came.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week. Have a great weekend and rest of your week.
Sign up for a newsletter on goodmomsbadchoices.com. Buy merch. Look at us on Instagram. We're hot. goodmoms_badchoices. Oh, should we read that Hori?
Yes.
It's so good.
Okay, so you have it on your phone. So we have this segment.
That's my
phone. Oh, okay. So we have a segment. I know we're burning up right now. We have a segment on our show that we call it's right here.
Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna pause it because and I'm just gonna Is this better? Well, then it's gonna.
Yeah.
Should we just move? It's just a microphone.
Yeah, where do you want to blow to? Like you're recording. Let's get over. Oh, yeah.
And then you can come sit here.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did I do something?
I stopped it, so.
The audio device has been removed.
Did you unplug something?
Oh, wait.
No.
Hey, this is bending. We gotta stop pulling that cord. Wait till you hear this shit. Okay.
Why is this so difficult? Oh, here we go. Let me put it in here.
Is that what that's there for?
No, girl. I made it work right now. I'm starting to get the eye broke. Okay.
Woo!
All that work.
Here, come.
Jesus.
Come closer.
All right.
Hold on. I need to see what's happening with our live. Okay, so a Hori is a segment of our show that's really bad horror, like a really scary, horrific horror story. It's like highly horrorish, or it was really funny, or it's ended really terribly. Okay, so we got a reader, We got someone who submitted her horror story. And it's so good that
you sit over more. You're still in the sun, honey.
We have to read it.
It's called a horror story.
A horror story. A highly horrorish story that was like traumatizing, hilarious, or just your top 10 very horrorishness. Okay, so Anonymous writes, so I want to start off by saying I love the podcast. I listen on Spotify and SoundCloud. Real fan of real women doing real things and helping other women. Yes, yes, yes. We love you. That was me saying that. Okay. You two give me hope that I am not a bad mom. I just make bad choices, and we'll get through it. And that is the truth, girl. So my horror story is horrible. I was dating my high school sweetheart. Like, we dated in high school, broke up, went to college, had separate families, then found each other and rekindled the love. Aww. Except his penis size never changed. Now, don't get me wrong, he can work the middle, but I had been working with a monster for 5+ years, so he wasn't hitting me where I needed him to be hitting. So we dabbled in some anal, and to my surprise, I loved it. He was the perfect size for me to feel everything, and it made me so horny for him. But it wasn't an all-the-time thing, just sometimes. So in between time, I found Sancho.
Ooh.
Yes, ladies. A Mexican youngin'.
Ooh.
And where did I find him? Hold up. He was the fucking landscaper. One day.
Oh, nice.
One day, I was masturbating and watching porn in my room, and he was watching me through the window. I was embarrassed, and of course, I had to pay him for the work. So when he finished, he knocked on the door.
It's literally like a porn.
I know.
I'm imagining the story.
He's masturbating. He's gardening in the back.
Yeah, with his hose hanging out.
Oh, no. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? He already fucked up my nut, and now I have to face him. So I was in my robe, and I texted my boyfriend, how much do I pay him? He didn't reply, so I went to the back door and asked the kid, how much money? This little shit said, I could do it for free if you'd be the first black woman I ever fucked. Bitch, who? What? What the? I was like, look, I know what you saw, but it's not that kind of party. And so I looked down and saw a soda can in his pants.
Oh.
He has been doing all my yard work and hitting every angle ever since. No fucking lie. We probably had a year worth of free work before me and my husband or boyfriend broke up. But I still see him, and he is my fun bae. If he needs somewhere to stay, bae, bomb dick bae, young ass fuck bae, on and on. I got so lucky with him. Hardworking and good sticking. So fast forward, yo.
This is the longest story ever, but it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
It keeps getting better. So fast forward, it's the summertime. He just did the yard the day before, and me. We pulled out. He did the yard the day before, and me. Okay. So we pulled out the pool for the kids to get in and have some fun. My boyfriend got the kids settled in the water, and I made us cocktails. It's my type of girl. I kept sneaking away because for some reason I had gas. After playing for a bit, I made my move on my man, and before I knew it, we were fucking on the couch, full on. But I smelled poop.
Ooh.
My bathing suit bottom was off, and I was on top riding. My man was loving it, but I kept smelling poop. In my head, I remembered me and Sancho did anal, and remember, soda can dick. You guys, I froze and was like, babe, let me go check my bum. I smell poop. And I hope it's only a fart that slipped.
God damn.
But wait, but we all know a fart and poop have two different smells.
Not always.
One lingers. I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, it was poop. My guy was like, honey, that was awkward. I'm going to go back out with the kids, and here are your bottoms. I didn't want him to know I pooped my pants, so I agreed and just wiped up and threw my bottoms back on and enjoyed the water with the kids. When we were done and exhausted, we bathed the kids, but the toddler put the dollar down for a nap, hooked Netflix up for the kids, and I went to shower. I had the water hot and steamy, just the way I like it. I brought my massager in the bathroom so me and my vagina could meditate and relax, and I lit some candles. Mama needed a break, and I was going to get it. And so I took off my bottoms, and they had poop in them. Oh my God, I nearly died. My boyfriend gave me those bottoms back after the couch incident, and after I cleaned my cute poopy butt, I put the dirty bottoms back on. I almost had an anxiety attack. I lost all control of my thinking process. Did he see my bottoms? Was there that much poop? Did I freaking poop on his dick? Man, it was too much. So I jokingly asked him, and he said he didn't notice. He laughed about the poop situation and even made a comment. Wow, I thought that happened only happened after anal sometimes. I must have had your shit loose. We will lay off the anal for a while. Ha! It's all fun and games until you shit yourself.
Oh my God.
I haven't had any anal with Sancho since, but I still enjoy it so much so that now my ex can still get it whenever and wherever he wants, as long as he gets in the back first.
Oh my God.
That was like, I'm so happy you sent that in, girl, because it's level 10 whorishness. Mostly the girls come with the level 2s. You came top notch.
But we gotta work on your shitting game, though, girl.
Like, wait, well, if you're gonna be doing anal, you gotta clean up.
Especially the soda can.
Oh, I know. Just that. You should have just reserved that for little penis.
Yeah, medium and smaller for the butt.
Yeah, and just let Sancho hit regular size.
Right.
Know your limits, babe.
But thank you for being so real and honest and sending that in. We love every fucking second of it. And I'm sure everybody else did too.
Anyway, that concludes the episode. Again, good moms _bad choices. Again,
Chris Medina
at
Psychic Chris M, chrismedina.guide, and In Your Head podcast with Chris Medina.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. And bye.
Bye.
That shit.
I love that.